gentlemen, to MBR, or as we like to call it around here, Nothing But Rants, the show where I find topics that I'm oddly passionate about and I pontificate upon them. These are not hot takes, but rather takes that I'm hot about. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in and happy Saturday to you, July 8th. We were just here 2 days ago with another special commitment announcement. Joseph Jonah Ajonye made his announcement here on the Film God Network. I got to tell you, it's going to be something I try to do a lot more. We've built a rather large platform over the years doing this, and I think it's kind of my duty to give back the platform, if you will, to young men who are announcing their commitments like Marques Easley is today. Want to appreciate you for being here. Ask you to hit that thumbs up button. We got a special guest as well. He told me he was preparing for the match and felt like he just needed to get in on here and give some opinions and let everybody know where he was at. He was chatting with you guys in the pregame lobby. Some of y'all thought he was a bot. He's Dylan Raiola. Dylan, how we doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good. Headed to the golf course now.
Headed to the golf course, so
yeah.
we are about to get after it, huh? What we got on? We got a nice little floral on.
I got a little Bad Bunny shirt. I got some Lululemon shorts on.
Hey man, can't hide swag. How we doing today, man? Excited? I'm sure.
Yeah.
You guys already have 5 big boys, and I'm talking about big boys. Let's just talk about that right quick, Dylan. When you think about an offensive line and you hear you already have 5 commits in your current class that are all over 6'6", all over 335 plus pounds, that kind of size in front of you, what's that make you think?
I'm gonna be clean pretty much every game. No, I mean it's special what Coach Smart and Coach Searles have been able to do with this O-line. I mean, it's crazy to think that the average size is 6'7". So I mean, hopefully they get down and get down there so I can see over them. But you know, if I can, we'll figure it out. I'd rather be protected than.
Yeah, we want to be 6'7", but we want to play like 6'3". You know what I mean? We want to play a little bit lower.
Yeah.
I think all these guys do a really, really good job of doing that. I think all of them bend really, really well. Particularly this guy set to commit today in Marques Easley. What do you know about Marquis's game, Dylan? I want to watch this tape with you. I want to see what you think when you look at stuff like this. But what do you think of Marques initially from just, getting to know him?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great guy. Probably one of my brother's favorite recruits. He's not normally to talk about his favorite recruits, but Marques was definitely one of his favorite ones. He's a great kid, love his family, love what he stands for. I mean, he loves football.
I've heard a lot about his personality, Dylan.
Yeah.
I've heard he's a really outgoing, really funny.
Real outgoing. Yeah, so on our official, we're all on the same floor. And it was kind of funny. So him and Daniel were checking in and getting to the rooms. And my door knocks, and it's Daniel and Marquis standing outside my door. And it was just like 2 big dudes standing in front of my door. I'm not sure what they were doing, but no, they wanted to come get me and go down to the lobby together. So, I mean, they're funny guys. They have great personalities. So, yeah.
Yeah, it is Marquis. Goes by Big E's. A tremendous athlete, dude, like a real mover. All these guys that, Georgia's recruiting, they're all massive. But this one in particular, I've had people ask me sometimes like, hey, does any of these guys that Georgia's recruiting in the 2024 class or have a chance to land in this class, do any of them remind you of Broderick Jones? This is it for me. He moves like that.
Yeah, I mean, shoot. I can't really assess O-linemen like that. That's not my department, but I mean,
well, let me just show it to you, Dylan, because it sticks out like a sore thumb. Look at this stuff, man. Like even this first clip, you're gonna notice this guy moves different than most offensive linemen. He's over here at left tackle. Georgia runs a bunch of counters. So does Alabama. So does Tennessee. So do all these programs that he's looking at. Oklahoma too. Dude, when you're 6'7", 345 pounds, and you move out in space like this, you're a different breed.
That's not fair. You can't move like that big.
No, I was stunned. I was stunned when I found out how much he weighed in at his official visits to find out that this is a 340-pound individual.
Yeah.
That's scary, man.
Yeah, that's scary. And he moves like he's 300 pounds.
and carries it really, really well too.
Really
Super
well.
long football player. I think the official measurements were just north of 85 inches on the wingspan. So
Yeah.
a special, unique talent, man. Just burying folks in
Just
the run game as
burying
well.
guys and getting more. He gets one guy, he wants more. I like that.
Uh-oh. I think we might have just lost Keis's feed. I hope not. We'll get back to it here in a little bit. Finish.
Finishing,
Absolutely
guys.
finishing right there.
Yeah.
Dylan, how are you settling into the state of Georgia? I know you're out in Texas right now playing some
I love
golf,
Georgia.
but let's
I
talk
love
about
Georgia.
this, man.
Yeah, Georgia's been great. Buford's welcomed me, open arms. It's just been cool to get to know everybody down there. I think there's a lot of great people in the state of Georgia. And obviously the football speaks for itself. I think it's probably one of the highest, most competitive leagues in the country. So being able to have that advantage, if you want to say, is pretty special.
First game of the season against St. Francis, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, so
And
it
that's
should be on
at Buford.
ESPN. Yeah. So
at Buford on ESPN. I'm sure plenty of Georgia fans going to be in attendance. Going to be buying out Buford tickets. Have you heard? I know a bunch of Georgia fans like trying to buy. I don't even think they make season tickets at Buford, but like a bunch of fans trying to buy tickets. What's been the reception since you've kind of made the announcement you're coming over here?
Yeah, it's been great. I think the first 2 nights at dinner down in Buford, I had a couple people come up to the table and just kind of welcome us to Buford. So that was special. That was definitely heart welcoming welcome. But I mean, it's been great. Been to Athens twice since I moved. Just being an hour away, so just being able to shoot up there, it's been awesome. And just to think, in what 4 or 5 months I'm going to be in Athens for good. So being able to come home when I want is going to be pretty special.
I've explained senior years as of late almost like a one and done in college. Like for you guys that are seniors that are Power 5 commits, that's like 4 months of school. It's not really it. Like come December, you're going to be like you're already enrolled. I'm sure you're going to be up there during bowl practices. Hey, I want to give you the opportunity to do this because I haven't had a young man do it as professionally as you have. I came on this network, gave my observations about the Elite 11, and I said, hey, man, I don't know. First day, Dylan Raiola, last off the bus. Last off the bus. Don't know, man. Don't know. And that's like the only criticism I had all week. And you text me this morning. You said, hey, I wanted to clear this up. There was actually, I was getting mic'd up. I was in the back of the bus for a reason. Kind of got placed there, man. Talk to me about it, man. To be willing to confront and correct. That is a very mature approach to that. Talk about it a little bit.
Yeah. So I mean, the Elite 11 was first off, say it was great. A bunch of great quarterbacks got to connect with Pug and just be able to start that bond before Georgia was great. But no, I mean, getting to the bus the first night was kind of hectic. About 30 minutes before, no, not even, like 15 minutes before we boarded the bus, I found out I was being mic'd up for the duration of the camp. So anytime I was out of my room, I had a mic on me and was mic'd up. And so I was kind of scrambling. I'm like, all right, well, you guys get me mic'd up. Like, they had to mic up a couple other guys. And, by the time I was mic'd up and finished mic'd up, I went to the bus and it was packed. The first 10 rows were all media and coaches. And then, the back was the quarterbacks. And, there was no seats for me to go except for the back. And I was sitting next to somebody. So, I mean, for me personally, I'm always the kind of guy to be first on the bus, like first row, and respectfully kick the trainers and the coaches to the back because that they kind of know that's my seat. But yeah, no, I'm definitely want to be in the front.
It sounds so goofy, man. It really does. It sounds like it's nitpicking. It is nitpicking.
Yeah, nitpicking, yeah.
But like, bro, you play a position that is nitpicking. Like that's what to play the level of quality that you need to at the highest level. You absolutely have to pick it apart and be perfect about it. Hey, what are we going to shoot today? That's what I want to know.
Oh, we'll see how I'm feeling on the range. I don't know how I'm feeling on the range.
That's mid-90s. That's mid-90s if I've ever heard it.
Marquis is committing today. Hopefully he comes to Georgia. I seen they weren't in his top 3, so I was a little scared there. But I'm praying the dogs get him. Is he coming on the show in a little bit?
Yeah, we got him right here. We have the footage. He's just not ready. He's just not getting there. So the people watching, like, where the hell is Marquis's commitment announcement? It's right here. We got it. You know, folks walking around. We're there. We're in the building. Thanks to Marquis giving us access to it. But nah, he's right there, man. Hey, if you had to give him one final pitch, like, hey, you're listening to Dylan Raiola right now, number one player in America. I want you to come play with me. What is it?
Yeah, my pitch would be, man, come block for a special group of guys, and just make your name for yourself. I think we got a special class in 24, and we have a lot of fun. You know, I would say I don't try to have pitches because, you know, I try to just, you know, be myself and not try to have a pitch for anybody. But my one pitch would be is, you know, we have a lot of elite talent, elite players, but, you know, I don't think the people get to see enough of how good of the kids these guys are. You know, we check in with each other every day. We have a group chat, and everyone's just so genuine about, you know, how people's families are doing and things like that. So I think it's more than a special football class. It's a special group of young men.
Absolutely. Hey, Dylan, I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate you for coming on with us, brother. Have a good day. Shoot him straight, okay?
Yeah, I'll be in the chat when he commits. So, you know, the dog fans, it's me. I'm promising you guys that. So
they thought my man was a bot.
Yeah.
We'll see you, brother. Thanks. Hey, golf clap round around the chat room right there for Dylan Raiola jumping on and joining us here on the platform. Platform's getting big, man. Platform's getting there. We have worked to gain the trust and the viewership of you guys, and I think we're getting there more and more and closer by the day, every single day. Marquis obviously wanted to do a very intimate announcement here at his high school. If you look on there, or if you got the picture, the chance to see in pre-show like us, not a lot of people there. A lot of close family, friends. It looks like the Easley family and a little bit more over there at the high school up there in Illinois. So we'll have him when he is ready and whenever he shows up. Until then, you're stuck with me. I want to talk a little bit about this class in general, man, just about what Stacey Searles has already done, you know, with this decision. Be damned. Like, whatever happens here in a couple of minutes with Marquis, if we're talking about it from a Georgia's perspective, hey, dude, they're in the front seat, like beyond the front seat. I mean, they're on the front of the hood of the car that's driving to the finish line. The other teams that are in this race that were announced in these top threes, Oklahoma, man, announced in the top three. Congrats. They have one offensive line commit in the 2024 class currently. Alabama announced in this top three. They have one offensive line commit right now in 2024 currently. Tennessee, they have four. Okay, Tennessee's fine. Georgia's fine. This is additional insurance on the recruiting classes today for those two programs. If you are watching today and you're an Alabama fan, if you're watching today and you're an Oklahoma fan, man, like, it's mid-July. I'm telling you, and we told you the other night, it's mid-July, 65% of the nation's top 200 players gone. See ya. They're already committed, all right, and already off the table. And there's 6 months left, 5 months left of the early National Signing Day. You know, we used to have traditional National Signing Day. Things used to last all the way into February. Official visits were always during the season, right? Things like that. Nowadays, that is not the case. Nowadays, the 24 class going to be wrapped up come season time. Official visits aren't even really being taken. Ellis Robinson took, I think, 3 official visits, canceled the last 2, said, I'm not even going anywhere during the fall. I'd rather hang out here. There's a good shot of Marquis right there walking. You can see that's a big man, okay? 6'7", 345 pounds at his official visit during the summer. I do want to go through this official visits list before we tap in with the audio and all that good stuff here with Marquis. Guys, this was a busy, busy summer for a gentleman who only took 4 official visits. I think sometimes it can get a little bit, it can go by the wayside as to how busy these young men can be. This dude saw Georgia the 1st of June, then went to OU the weekend after that, then went to Tennessee the weekend after that, and then finished the summer at Bama on the 23rd. He had 4 official visits, 4 consecutive weekends. So that's flying out on Friday afternoon, flying back on Sunday, going to class, hanging out, you know, and then flying back out on Friday. Actually, not in class because it's summer. You get the point. It's a very, very busy schedule for these young men. And it looks like we're going to have some type of activity pretty soon over there in the building. So appreciate you guys for being here with us today. Make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button. Make sure you're hitting that like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I did tell you earlier in the show, this is not the last time that we're going to be doing something like this. I've already got a few more booked. Not all, finishing top threes, top fours with the University of Georgia. Okay. For some of you who don't know me, I am Brooks Austin, the director of recruiting for Sports Illustrated and Fan Nation. I also happen to be the lead editor for Dogs Daily, but that's beside the point. I'm our kind of point of contact for Sports Illustrated and Fan Nation on the recruiting front. So this is what we do now. We run down the nation's top players that are set to commit, and we try to tell them, hey, massive platform. We'd love to have you use it. We'd love to shine a little light on your decision day. So glad that all of you guys could be here with us today. A little bit unique of a circumstance. I don't necessarily love being dependent upon 17, 18-year-old men for my content, but the elites of the elites show up on time, right? Dylan said, hey, I'll be in there 5 minutes before the show. I'll be in there 3 minutes before the show, whatever it was, showed up on time. But sometimes technical difficulties, sometimes we run a little bit behind. It's 4:05 right now out there in Illinois, and we're setting everything up. But it looks like it's going to be a great day for the Easley family out there in Illinois. Would love to see what the chat has to think about where this young man's going to end up committing. Would also love to see you hit that thumbs up button, and would also love to see you subscribe. Don't know if you guys know this, but I am over there the film guy. Okay. Do a lot of film evaluations, do a lot of football breakdown, do a lot of recruiting breakdown, do a lot of all that good stuff, do a lot of opinion giving too. We do a lot of live shows Monday, Tuesday, Thursday here on the platform at 9 p.m. I'm going to stop selling you all my stuff, all right, and talk a little bit more about Marques Easley. I do want to go back to this and watch a little bit more of this film as we wait for Marcus's decision. This is a freak athlete. I saw today that on the consensus rankings, Marquis is like top 250. I think he's a 17th, 20th, something like that overall offensive tackle. Look, dude, your job as an evaluator is to find out who's going to be great on the next level with the greatness that they have on the current level. There is no bigger, taller, faster, stronger offensive tackle really in the high school levels in terms of athleticism. The way he converts power and athleticism doesn't really happen at this rate. All right. There aren't guys that are this big that move like this. That's the point of the discussion. All right. The reason guys like, Mekhi Becton are first-round draft picks is because they're bigger than everyone else and they move better than everyone else. This is the example right here in Marques Easley. I'm not saying he's that individual, but when you look at my man's, look how big, tall, stretched out he is. Okay. That is a very long, athletic mover. Okay. When you carry, that's 345 pounds standing in your screen right there, and he looks like he's about 280. That is a really, really talented football player that is set to make his announcement here in a couple of minutes. We got some Oklahoma fans in the chat. We got some Dog fans in the chat. We don't have Bama fans in the chat, not that I have seen. But we got all kinds of different fans in the chats today. Appreciate y'all for being in here, man. I guess at some point we're going to give some audio over here, but Lord only knows. We're still pretty quiet over there, so we're good. Normally we have the guests come on here. We ask them a bunch of questions, just like we did with Joseph Jonah and Jonier the other night. And we get to know them, and we get an opportunity to speak to them, and then we get to watch their film together with them. And it's much more of an interactive experience, but it's interactive with me, not interactive with the people that are there. So I totally understand the willingness, or rather the preference for a commitment ceremony like this. But hey, we got in closer than anyone else, thanks to Marques Easley. So here we are, Saturday, July 8th, here on the Film Guy Network. And you're going to get a commitment announcement at some point from the Easley family and the Easley camp out here in Kanoki. Is that where we're at? We're in Kanoki, Illinois. So shouts out to the teammates, by the way, that are holding the iPad down. That's just clutch. I mean, that's just clutch behavior coming from winners right there. So shouts out. Also looks like they got a solid little camera crew up in the joint, like a nice little photographer up there as well. Let's talk about, I know we were kind of briefly talking about Stacey Searles and just what's going on in this class for the University of Georgia. 5 commits already. Okay, all of them stretching over 6'6.5" at the very least. All of them weighing over 340 pounds as is. Okay, you got Marcus Harrison, Daniel Calhoun, Michael Unai, Malachi Tolliver, and I'm forgetting one. Nair Daniels just popped yesterday. Okay, that's 6'8" on Nair Daniels, 370 pounds. That's a lot of weight. That's a big boy, and I think coach is speaking now.
Just piece of role model for what you want for a student athlete. So get those extra kudos for who he is. He's a great man to be around. It's been fun to watch him kind of go through this process. He deserves everything that's been put from him, and big hopes and big plans for his future. But at this time, I'd like to introduce Marques Easley, say a few words, and then we'll get started with that.
Thank you, everybody, for
Oh, no, don't do that to me. Oh, he's getting introduced.
Another big ball right there. Up comes Marques Easley, one of the top offensive linemen in the entire country. Marques Easley, folks. Marques Easley. Marques Easley, four-star offensive tackle. Marques Easley. My football dream started early. I was big for my age, so I played basketball, football, but football was all in my passion. As I got older, I could tell that I was different. When I was 16, I became a key, and that's where my football dream started to become reality. I started racking up Power 5 offers. I stopped playing basketball, and I continued working on my craft. I truly fell in love with the game of football. I would like to thank God for blessing me with the ability to play the game I love. I would like to thank my mom for being with me every step of the way. My big brother Jimmy for introducing me to the game I love. From tennis to my dad, to versatile, to all of my pre-oriented team coaches, to all of my teammates pushing me in practice, making me the best football player I can be. Thank you to all of my other friends and family I didn't mention. I love you and appreciate all of you. With that being said, I'm excited to announce I will be continuing to chase my football dreams in Athens, Georgia. Go Bulldogs.
There you have it. Marques Easley, the 4-star offensive tackle, commits to the University of Georgia here live. Well, not here live, but technically here live on the Film Guy Network. How about it? All right. We'll fade him out. Maybe we'll get him a little bit later, but I doubt it. So there you have it. That marks the 25th commit for the University of Georgia, the 6th offensive line commit. And here's what I'll tell you. Some people will listen to that today and go, damn, 6 is a lot, Bruce. That's a lot of offensive linemen for one class. One thing I will tell you, okay, the 6th, the guy to call late and be like, hey, coach, you know what? I thought I was going to go to Michigan, but down there on that official visit, I really loved it, and I want to be a dog, was Michael Unai. Okay, Michael Unai had to call and say, is it okay, essentially? Are y'all okay with us taking 6? And then everybody got a phone call. Hey, are you okay with 6 being in the class? And everybody said, yes, sir. We're good to go. So there you go. All 6 of these offensive linemen want to be a Georgia Bulldog, and all 6 of these offensive linemen most likely will end up being a Georgia Bulldog, barring any type of drastic change coming down the pike. So there you have it. Marques Easley commits to the University of Georgia. Hey, it's been a great time with you guys here on this channel. We are absolutely smoking on here. All right, just absolutely on fire. If you want to support it at any way, any form or facet, hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button, and damn sure subscribe to this channel because we got Mo and Mo and Mo coming down the pipe. Hey, I appreciate you for being here. I love you. I'll see you next time.